Thursday, May 28th, and you're watching The Hammer Daily here on the Hammer Betting Network, presented by our good friends over at FanDuel. I'm your host today, Jason Cooper, alongside my producer for the next hour and a bit, Mike Bennett, working his way behind the boards, keeping everything nice and smooth, and we got a loaded show for you today. Before we get into that, though, I don't know if you were awake at 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 7 a.m., but some absolute craziness that went down in the tennis world today. Jannik Sinner upset by Juan Manuel Sarundulo. And as a show that prides itself on betting underdogs, as a show who has a guest come on, Issac, whose name is Round Robin 42, how did we not have any tickets on him? What are we doing, Issac? What are we doing? It was absolutely crazy. Sinner was up two games, 5-1 in the third set, blew it. Sarundulo comes back, wins the last two, and wins the game, wins the match. It's just craziness what happened here. At one point, Sinner was I think Sarundulo was 1,000 to 1 out there. Some people got some prices, got some tickets in on that. Absolute insanity. The cramping didn't go Sinner's way. Could not survive in that scorching hot heat out in France. And Jannik Sinner as a minus 325 pre-tournament favorite falls. Craziness. Listen, I see Fosen in the chat. I don't feel bad for those guys. I'm playing my tiniest violin for Fosen and anyone else who is just learned about bonding and is betting on exchanges right now because they got wrecked. And I'm playing that tiny violin. You got to be careful when you do that stuff. I will say shout out to Fosen for embracing it and not being a coward about it. He lost a significant amount. He was going at Issac. Before the match last night, he was saying, I'm going to make some money in my sleep. Well, losing a lot of money in his sleep. Look at that. We'll have Issac on in just a second. Can't wait to get into today's show. Tough day if you're betting on Sinner. Yeah, there we go. Here's what we got for today. Issac is going to come on. We're going to talk about the Sinner upset. You know what that means, though? When a minus 325 favorite loses... not in the match, on the futures board. It's minus 325 to win the French Open. That opens things up for all the futures. So we're going to be digging through that futures board with Issac. We got the Butler challenge going on as well. The Butler Bull. See where Issac lands after day one. I believe we still have 2 pending wagers as well. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. Yeah, we'll talk about bets for today. After that, we got Pips coming on. We're going to talk the Western Conference Final, Game 6 tonight. Take a look ahead to the NBA Championship. Kind of take a look and see if we can find some player matchups that we might want to target early on in the series, whether it be Knicks versus Spurs or Knicks versus Thunder. And then if there's a little bit of time, we'll try and squeeze a WNBA bet out of Pips. But if not, we might not get it. Depends on the time. Then finally, we close out the show with so many sports. We're going to talk some NHL. Talk about the Hurricane, too. I need to eat. Me and Moretto need to come on here and eat our words. Eat our words about this Habs team because I think it's over. It's going to be a tough one there. Close out the show. I got a plus 340 future that you're going to want to stick around for as well. I don't know how to tease this, but you're going to want to stick around for it because I think there's a way to bet on something that's around minus 150, and you can get it for plus 340. A little interesting there. Going to leave that and let you guys think about it. We have a pull up in the chat. Was the Sinner upset one of the biggest upsets of all time? Sup says Leicester is still the biggest upset. Yeah, for sure. But in tennis, this is probably it. If you count the fact that he was up 2-0 at 5-1, that is for sure it. That is for sure it. Anyways, we got Issac coming on in just a sec. Before we do that, let's give a quick shout out to our friends over at FanDuel, because if you're building parlays for today's MLB action, make sure you're using a parlay boost builder on FanDuel, because the more legs you add, the bigger your profit boost is. Up to 105% boost on your winnings. 2 legs boosted, 5 legs boosted more, 12 legs, now you're cooking. So whether you're stacking strikeouts, backing your team, or mixing in some home run props, this is how you turn a solid parlay into something even bigger. Just build your MLB parlay in the FanDuel app, and your boost increases with every leg you add. The bigger you go, the bigger the boost. So take your shot, build it out, and see how far you can take it. Head over to FanDuel.com/forwardprogress. FanDuel, your home for home runs. Opt-in required, 2-leg parlay required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable boost builder token. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amounts. Terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Must be 21 plus and present in select states. For Kansas, affiliation, Kansas, Arkansas, 18 plus and present in DC, Kentucky, or Wyoming. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable boost builder tokens. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 1-800-MY-RESET. Call 1-888-789-7777. Visit ccpg.org/Shine Connecticut. Visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org or call 1-800-327-5050 in Massachusetts. Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY in New York or text HOPE-NY in New York. Call 1-877-770-7867 in Louisiana. All right. Let's get into things here. Our first guest, responsible gaming advocate, is a fan of making money in his sleep, apparently. And someone who's currently on the Butler watch, Issac. You're smiling. How's it going?
How's it going, Jason? Good to be here. How's my audio? Can you hear me?
Your audio's okay. We're going to get this fixed in just a second. Just crapping out a bit. If you can just, Mike, if you could just disconnect and then reconnect his microphone, you can do it in the back end. We'll get this fixed in just a sec. A little bit of buzzing. We'll get it fixed. Don't worry, Issac. But before we get into today's show, like, you had a little bit of beef going on with I don't want to call it beef, but a little bit of a friendly debate going on with foes. And we also had a friendly debate here on this show with the Butler watch. Let's start with the Fosen one, though, because you had some sin or no. You had a little bit of Surundulo, but I'm asking you, why didn't you give it out here on the show?
A lot of people were saying it wasn't a good bet. I wasn't 100% on it. And frankly, yeah, I thought there was zero chance that Sinner would lose. You said you were talking about this was the biggest upset. I think this is the biggest upset probably in sports history if you take into account where he was in the match. I saw on some exchanges he got up to 1,000 to 1. So yeah, it was pretty brutal. But,
Absolutely.
Tough beat for Fosen there for sure.
Yeah, that is. I'm wondering if we're gonna consider that a bad beat if you're China, because like being up at like when the opponent is like when you have I don't even know what that is, minus like 100,000. Is that what it would equate to? Like I actually don't.
Minus 100,000 or minus 10,000?
10,000. I think it's maybe minus
100,000.
I think it's minus 100,000, right? Because it's 1,000 to 1. Yeah, it's minus 100,000.
Minus 100,000.
Absolutely, utterly insane. It's like the most insane that I would consider that a bad beat. I saw someone on Twitter with like the under 18.5 set wins. I think for I forgot what it was, under 18.5 wins for
under
match
18.5
wins.
games. Yeah,
games. That's what it is.
He was like, literally like he's minus 2,000 to win each service game, and he's like, or more than that, and he had 2 chances to serve it out for that for that under 18.5 and for the match. Just absolute insanity, crazy stuff. Yeah.
So what happened there? Is just the cramping was the issue? Is it just Sinner just struggles in the heat? Like, how did we miss this?
Yeah, it's a combination of the two of them, sort of cramps onset by heat. It was pretty brutal conditions. That was why I sort of was on him for the whole tournament. It's pretty funny, like all of the people to lose to. Surundulo, like, he's not that good. People call playing against him like batting practice. And so like for a guy like Sinner, he's just winning that match like 6-1, 6-1, 6-1 every time. But the dude's a grinder, so congrats to him on kind of pulling that off. And like it's really hard when your opponent is injured a lot of the time. Like, how do you play them? Like keeping your cool and keeping your composure, and he did a great job. I was on a plane, so like I didn't see all of it, but I caught a little bit of it. And I got in at Surundulo 30 cents, like whatever, plus 220. So not that great, but we'll take the win of course.
I'm absolutely kicking myself. I was up at 5 a.m., couldn't fall back asleep, and that, like, looking back, that was a sign from the God saying, like, Jason, you need to wake up, watch this Sinner match, and just shove on Surundulo. But I didn't do it, and I'm kicking myself here. Let's bring up these the Fosen tweets you had here, because I think I want to give you the opportunity to sort of dance on his, well, not call it his grave, because he's, if anyone's listening to the circles off, yeah.
I would never do that. I'm pro Frozen. Sad he lost. I'm gonna be against him in some spots. Yeah, I was against him a little bit here, but not exactly. Yeah, he was like, the time difference for the French Open gets all of us. It's pretty fucked, but it's tough.
Yeah, it's tough. Anyways, it sounds like we're gonna be oppo him for basically the rest of the tournament. I don't know if he'll get another minus 2,000, minus 1,000 favorite though, for the rest of the way. Let's talk about. We got our Butler bet going on. Let's update people on the Butler bet. You believe you're down, I think 1.25 units with 2 bets still pending. If we can bring up the board here.
Let's see.
No, it says you're up 1. Wait, how are you up 1 point? How is? Wait, hold on. I just looked. I was looking at the bet time. How is that possible?
Well, one of them cashed like 10 minutes ago.
Oh, okay. No, but even so, I thought you only won 2. We got the Phenom. We got the Phenom through the French kid, 17-year-old.
Oh, maybe they're tracking my. I'm getting tracked my the one that I gave out that we didn't, the Gaston first set. I don't
No.
know.
Are we tracking that?
According to Alex, yeah.
That's bullshit, man.
people-
This is no. This
Well, yeah.
this is bullshit. What the heck's going on? I gotta text Alex about this. This is not fair. I need chat to wait on this. This is bullshit.
Yeah, we'll take it off whether or not it's a documented record. We gave it out, but then it immediately moved, so I don't know. But for the Butler bet, it doesn't matter. Yeah, I mean, frankly, it was tough day yesterday. Not a good day. Lost a lot of bets, lost a lot of money. Really needed Kwame to pull through today, and thankfully he did. It was an epic match. Kid 17 was up 2 sets to love, then was down in the 5th set, came all the way back. Just an epic match. I almost screamed on the plane watching it. It was fucking insane.
Awesome stuff here. Alex in the chat saying it sounds fair to me. George is saying ruling has been made. Bet counts. Giovanni Ricci Tensor saying that he bet it. Ruling stands. Alex saying I bet it. Ruling stands. You know what? I think I got screwed on this. It's the
Poll in the chat. Poll in the chat. We'll let the chat decide.
Poll in the chat. We'll let the chat decide. We'll appreciate you guys sticking through us with Isaac. We still got you, Isaac, but just a little bit back and forth here. Let's get into the bets for today. So you're up right now. It sounds like I'm going to be your brother. I was ready to come on. I was sending you like Butler uniforms. Alex, I don't even think we can share it on air. Sent me a Butler uniform to send you. It was kind of weird. If I do say so myself, it was one without a shirt. Like, I don't know why Alex is sending me that stuff. Anyways, Butler bet. I'm rooting for you, but at the same time, I want you to lose. Let's go through each bet you got for us here.
All right, so we got. You want me to pull them up, or are you pulling them up?
I'll talk through them first. So we got the first match is
one at a time.
Alex de Minar versus Jacob Mensik.
Jakob Mensik, but we know your pronunciation's not your strong suit. This one, Mensik almost retired in the last round from cramps. And so I really like, this is a really good price. And I think the FanDuel retirement here adds a lot of equity. De Minaur, obviously the favorite, but I think given Mensik's condition, if he does lose, decent chance that he's going to retire. So I think this is a solid one. I'm happy to take a little bit of a flyer here. Then the other ones, we're not going for the giant dogs. There aren't that many left. And also, they didn't do well for us in the last round. So this one, I'm going to update this one to 2 units. Quentin Elise versus Zverev.
Okay.
2 units. We're not chasing.
That sounds a bit like a chase, but I'll allow it.
No. Just 2 units because you know me, generational Zverev hater.
Yeah.
I almost wanted to take the money line, but this one was good enough that we're going to take it and we're going to double up the units. Haley's strong player. He's got the French crowd. Zverev, now that Sinner's out, he's going to be choking. Happy to take this one.
Yeah, then, Quentin Alice to win at least 1 set, plus 132. We're going to track that as 2 units for purpose of the. It sounds like chasing to me. We said it was only going to be 1 unit, but
how can it be chasing if I'm up?
All right, you know what? You got me there. That's fair. All right, next one we got is Djokovic versus Fonseca. When I saw this match come out, I messaged you. I said, "Are we going to be in on Fonseca?" ? Because I'm going to be, and you said, "No, we're on the Joker."
Yeah, we're on the Joker. This opened up like at a ridiculous price, like minus 145 Joker or something. It's already moved a lot. And you were like, "Oh, I want to be on Fonseca." If you want to be on Fonseca, then please wait until close because I think this is going to keep steaming. I was actually on the plan. What I was interested in was whether or not this line moved in reaction to the Sinner news, right? Because do you think Djokovic, who's obviously he wants to win the tournament, but with Sinner there, it's whatever. But now it's oh fuck, I actually can get my 25th Grand Slam. Does he grind? It didn't respond, but I kind of think it should have, honestly. But yeah, I'm on Djokovic here. Obviously, Djokovic loves to play these long, drawn-out matches here, but I like this minus 1.5 sets at this price. I think he's kind of just going to, go all in from the jump, leave it all out there, and Fonseca just not there yet, not going to be able to do it. But if you're going to be on Fonseca, I'd recommend waiting until the close because I imagine this moving a bit, or at least waiting until Djokovic shows some, signs of fuckery mid-game, which he loves to do, and you'll get a better price.
All right. So set handicap here, minus 1.5 for Djokovic, minus 112. Next one we're going to is Casper Ruud versus Tommy Paul. I think I'm crushing the names here. You like Tommy Paul?
Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah, I like TP at plus 220 here. He's had a pretty easy route to the final. He absolutely destroyed our guy Sonigo yesterday. Um, Rude definitely the stronger clay court player, but I like this matchup for Tommy at this price. I was also looking at the over 4.5 sets. I think this is going to be a long one. The price wasn't the best, so shop around, see if you can get a good price on that. I think anything like above plus 250 or anything better than that is good, but. Yeah, for this one, we're going to stick to the money line.
All right.
And that the over 4.5 sets not going on the documented record.
Not going on the
but,
documented
just a
record.
Shout.
Yeah.
Just a shout if people want it. Yeah.
I know everyone in the chat is loving the shout-outs. Camber Ribbon in the chat saying this is lit, the best show you need. You need more viewers, Daily Joy. Appreciate you, Camber. Shout out to you. Two more bets here. We got Pablo Carreno Busta versus Thiago Agustin Tarante.
Yeah, so
Busta?
This is a funny one. Busta, yeah, so Busta was a big dog in the first round, had him, and then he won. Then he was a favorite in the last round. We took Kokkinakis against him. Kokkinakis retired. Shout out. Yeah, after Kokkinakis was looking good there. I think he was down to we bet him at plus 215. He was down to maybe 130, 140 live after he won the set. But once again, shout out to FanDuel with the retirement rules here. So we count that as a void for the documented record, even though he retired. And yeah, both these guys are clay court specialists, but Rude will be Busta will be on a lot of rest here, played well at this tournament historically. I think he takes it, and I like this price.
Isaac, we have to update your Butler tracker here because I'm just looking at the sheet, and first of all, they give you Gaston. They didn't give you the void on Kokkinakis. We are betting these at FanDuel. We need chat to weigh in on this. Are you now up? I think you might be up 2.9 units now.
No. I definitely need if I don't get the Gaston is 50-50, but I definitely get the void equity because this is the FanDuel sponsored show.
Yeah, I agree.
That bet voided at FanDuel. I do, if I remember correctly, for that bet specifically, I was like, these guys retire all the time.
Bet it on FanDuel. Yes, yeah, you did specifically say that. We talked about the equity of how much we think like you said, it's different per person, but like you were saying, Kokkinakis is one of those players who you would take a little bit more than normal, would weigh it a little bit more than normal in terms of his chances for retiring. Plus, like we've seen in this tournament, players are going to get hurt, players are going to withdraw. This is the tournament you want to be betting on FanDuel. Last one we got here, I believe this is the last one. We got Flavio Kobali versus Lerner Tien.
Yeah, so we lost our last bet fading Kaboli. Now we're going to fade him again. Lerner Tien, young American, love his game, love his grit. This one just opened up, so the prices might be jumping around, especially I know people love to be, clicking these, but I really like this price at plus 195. And yeah, I don't think they've played before. And yeah, it should be a good match, and hopefully Kaboli comes down to earth. Tien played a crazy match today. Hopefully he rests up. And then one more. This is not going to be on here because the odds are not posted yet. But just the chat knows we're riding with Kwame the whole way.
Yes.
He came through for us, so it's not there because the odds aren't posted.
Yeah.
We can put that on the sheet at the Kwame money line at any price.
Any price? All right, I love it. Any price. Before you head out here, Isaac, I have you for a couple more minutes. I know you need to make your plane. I literally see it in the sheet, by the way. Kwame, any price in brackets. Well, I don't know what happened. I don't know. You can be honest. You can tell me if this was you. But before we went live on air, I said, are we riding the youngster, 17-year-old, 400 to 1 on FanDuel to win? He is currently 100 to 1 right now. So we missed the boat on the 400 to 1. Was that you?
That was not me, but I was texting Moretto. I was like, I saw that, and I was like, I was going to give him out. I was going to surprise you with the 400 to 1, and then now he's 100 to 1. So yeah, I would not bet him at 100 to 1. He's a 17-year-old, but yeah, I had a big bet on him the first round. I rolled it over into the second round, and I'm waiting for the odds to come out to see if I want to have a generational bet on him in the next round. I don't know exactly what the price is going to be for that one, but he'll be a dog again. He's playing a good clay court player, probably updated. Don't hold me to it. I don't really know, but I would guess he'd be going to be around the plus 180, plus 200-ish mark. So obviously don't actually just blindly bet at any price, try to get the best price, but I can promise you whatever the price is, I will be on Kwame money line.
Yeah, it seems like we're going to be wanting to stick close to the screen, stick close to the board for when it's posted, because just based on the way that you're reacting to it, and I think a lot of people in the chat agree with you, and you're a pretty smart tennis guy. I'm sure a lot of tennis sharps out there also agree with you. They're going to be on Kwame. There's going to be a dog pile on him, so we're going to see it move and probably not get that number back. So going to want to keep it. What time do you think this stuff would open at?
I don't know. Maybe like later today. Honestly, I don't think it's gonna steam that much. Well,
okay.
I mean, it depends where it opens.
Yes.
But Tabilo's a strong clay court
Yes.
player, and Kwame's got a lot of people behind him. Not just me. So there's going to be a lot of there were people who were fading him last round against my recommendations. So yeah, you don't need to be glued to the screen, but when it comes out, just be cognizant of getting the best price.
Someone in the chat just said that it's up on some other books. It's plus 266. Like, wow.
That's a big bomb banger.
That's a big bomb banger
right there.
We're not tracking it at that number. We're gonna wait till
Not
FanDuel.
tracking it.
Wait till FanDuel comes to open it, and hopefully FanDuel like settles in around that number, because wow, we'll take that.
Yeah, we will take that for sure. Especially since once again the FanDuel equity here. He's 17 years old. He was like almost throwing up at the end of his match today. To be fair, it was the longest match of the tournament.
Wow.
So totally reasonable that he'd have some fitness problems. But his first major, I wouldn't be shocked if he retires in the next round. So yeah, going to be even more inclined to take that on FanDuel with kind retirement rules.
All right, sounds good. Isaac, before you head out, let's just take a look at the futures board. Anyone you like to win the French Open, because now things have opened up here. It's kind of anyone's.
It's wide open.
It's wide open. It feels like things haven't adjusted enough, though. Like Joker's plus 400 right now. Rafael Hodar, who we talked about, he was 20 to 1. He's now 9 to 1. Anyone you like, you're looking at the odds boards and you're saying, wow, this guy's sticking out to me?
Yeah, so crazy stat for you here. If Djokovic doesn't win, it will be a first-time Grand Slam champion.
Wow. Okay.
So no one else in the draw has ever won a tournament, has ever won a Grand Slam. These odds were jumping around like absolute crazy, sort of during the Sinner match, as you can imagine. At these prices, I'm not a huge fan. I'm on Rude for a little bit. They have it's at plus 900, right?
Yeah. Rude is plus 900. Yes.
If I had to take a flyer, it'd be on Rude. You know what? Put half a unit on Rude outright at plus 900. Put on the tracker. I'm at it. That's a pretty solid price, I think, for right now. It's not great, but he's in Djokovic's court. He's in Djokovic. He plays him in the semifinal or the quarterfinal, I think. Yeah, the quadrant. Yeah, I wouldn't take Djokovic now at plus 400 because he's playing Fonseca. It's pretty solid this round, so I think you're gonna. If you want to fade him, if you want to take Djokovic, maybe wait one more match to see.
And then go, yeah.
He hasn't been playing his absolute best. But yeah, it's wide open as long as it's not Zverev, right? Like me, generational Zverev hater. Frankly, if I'm en route to my friend's wedding, I'm very excited for it. If Zverev wins a Grand Slam, it might honestly be one of the worst days of my life. Like, I'm not even joking. It's horrible. Although, yeah, whoever plays against him, I'm just blind fading Zverev every round. I wanted to take Zverev no for the tournament. The price isn't that great, so I'm just going to blind fade him no.
I feel like you might be rolling over that Sinner no into Zverev no. Who knows? Anyways, Isaac, appreciate you coming on. I know you got to catch your play. I'm keeping you on a little long here. Thank you.
No.
Thank you for doing this.
I appreciate it. Sorry to the chat and everybody for my horrible video and quality. Hopefully we can catch some bets.
This guy's apologizing for being up 3 units. Absolute madman. And if you round robin, you're up even more. Isaac, appreciate you joining the show. We'll chat soon. Great stuff there from Isaac. Safe flight to him. Follow him on Twitter at roundrobin42 to see him. Share his responsible gambling takes. Share his great articles that he writes. And also poke fun at Fozen Poker. Oh, there's a pun there. There's a pun in there somewhere. Appreciate you guys in the chat. Appreciate Cameron Ribbon, who's just been like, absolute blazing up the chat. You gave us a super chat, I believe it was 2 shows ago. Forgot to thank you because we closed out the show right before you did that. Appreciate you. Appreciate everyone in the chat. Anyways, we're going to get into our next guest here. We're going to talk a little bit of NBA action. Excited to get into it. But before we do that, got to quickly remind you guys, even when it's the off season, the NFL is still the king in North American sports. And the guys over at Forward Progress have been absolutely killing it with their off-season content. This month, they're cranking out tier list videos on Tuesday. They dropped the running back tier list video, which I may say, is pretty dang awesome. I agree with their tier list. It's shocking. I really do. And then today we got another heater, offensive line tier list. An hour of talking about every single offensive line as a whole. It's a video that is actually for the sickos, but also if you're like a fantasy fan, if you're doing some like best ball drafts, just want to get an early start on the NFL as a whole. That video drops today at 4 p.m. Eastern time on the Forward Progress YouTube channel. Yeah, great stuff here. Great stuff here. Yeah, I said if you round robin, you're up even more because we talk about whenever Isaac comes on, his name is round robin. I bet this stuff is threes. I always do that. We don't recommend it. We say if you do it responsibly. I guess I do recommend it, but for tracking purposes, this is a little bet we're going on, me versus Isaac, head to head. And yeah. Anyways, appreciate you guys in the chat. Let's get into our next guest here. Haven't seen him in a while. Hopefully he's been able to wind down in the NBA. Now the NBA season is done, getting into the playoffs, and it's gonna be vacation time soon for our friend Pips. But I know he's working overdrive over at Props Madness, getting things together for the WNBA season, getting things together for the World Cup. He's an NBA props originator, co-founder of Props Madness. If you haven't used Props Madness, make sure you check it out. Pips, welcome back. How's it going? Long time no see. Hope you're doing well.
Yeah, man. Long time no see. Going well. Finally can enjoy and watch only one NBA game every day. Moving forward every other day. Really enjoying these playoffs. Ton of amazing games. Didn't enjoy Cleveland Cavaliers getting swept. There we had Cavaliers out of the East future on the show. We did cash the one against the Pistons in the series, but Cavaliers out of the East failed us miserably. My favorite player, Harden, failed me miserably. Great series, Spurs against OKC, one of the best ever, I would say. Hopefully we get to Game 7. And yeah, that's it.
Yeah, no, that's it's us Cleveland backers are in a little bit of piss here, but it's okay. It's okay. I was just more shocked at the stuff that came out afterwards with Cleveland. Like, I'm sure you saw James Harden talking about how he feels like they're the stronger team. Feels like he played well defensively, which you can attest to this more than me, but just based off the first game, I feel like he probably had a weak series defensively. But yeah, tough.
When you look at James Harden, he is really, really good at something on defense and horrible on other stuff on defense. So whatever if you look at him in the lanes, off ball, and defending post-ups, he is kind of good to above average there. But when you look at the isolation and pick and roll stuff, he's horrible. He got beat off the dribble like 30 times every single night. So then other guys need to help, and then there is guys left wide open. So didn't have great series, even against the Pistons, and even worse against the Knicks. So on defensive side, not great. But on the offensive side, I would say he was decent. He was creating for others a ton. Like the looks his teammates were getting when he was on the court without Mitchell, compared with the Mitchell without Harden. They were much better offensive shape when they were just with Harden compared to just with Mitchell. So Mitchell had a pretty crappy series as well.
Yeah, Mitchell was not very. It seems like he was hurt down the stretch, or just the body couldn't hold up here. We got the Western Conference Final for tonight. I know you got some props for us. Let's get around to the props first, and we'll sort of break down the game here. You like Wemby under 3.5 assists at -145. On FanDuel. You said it moved a bit, but it's pretty good here. So yeah, let's bring up Props Madness in just a second, and you can talk us through this. It's all right. We can take a second here. If you want
I need to capture the right screen. Just a second.
It's all good. And if people haven't used Props Madness before, it's a tool that you have that you created, or co-founder of on Twitter. You should go check it out. Great tool.
Is it showing right now?
We can see it. You have stuff for WNBA, MLB, and the World Cup stuff is coming soon. So make sure you guys check out Props Madness.
World Cup is coming soon. I think that's there are a couple of research sites that do American sports. Will be probably the first one to do good stuff for World Cup. But I'll show you some for Victor Wembanyama for the NBA. So first off, I'll start with looking at the first two games of the series. We can see that his lines close -166, and the next game closed -170. so closed worse than this. I've bet this at minus 140, now minus 145, pretty widely available, minus 148 on FanDuel. I'll play there like up to minus 150. So first two games it closed minus 166, minus 170. Then next game he covers 5 assists and 2 potential assists. And we can see on the season he's averaging 4 potential assists a game, and we have line at 3.5. But we need to exclude the 2 games where he got first one against the Blazers, he got injured, and then against the Wolves he got ejected. So we exclude those games. When look at the games when he played regular minutes, we can see that he is averaging 4.4 potential assists, which is not great for 3.5 line. If you take a look on the entire season when he played these kind of minutes, he was averaging 3.2 assists on 5.7 potential assists, and he's now playing one of the best defensive teams of all time. So conversion should be much lower. So in the games that he did cover in the playoffs, he kind of got like good variance on his. As we can see, the game with 5 assists, he had only 2 potential assists. That can happen. They are kind of doing stuff that they track assist and potential assist kind of not the same way, which is hilarious. And then the game where he had 6, he had 5 potential assists. So overall, the potential assist numbers are just down from the regular season. And yeah, he's averaging 3.1 assists. And if you take a look overall in the entire season when he played the OKC, covered this in only 2 games when he had more assists than potential assists. So yeah, rough matchup for his assist. Also, he makes 43% of his assists at the rim. They allow third least assist at the rim. So rough matchup for that part as well. Victor Wembanyama under 3.5 assists is the starter here. And just quickly glance to WNBA. I'll just showcase like quickly what we have. And for example, let's go to the Caitlin Clark, her assist for the WNBA. We also have potential assist. We can see that this season he's on 15 potential assists and 9 assist average. So he's a bit overperforming her potentials with 9 assists a game. Last game she played against the same team, and her line closed at 8.5, minus 158. She covers 9 on 15 potential assists, and now we have minus 128. It was minus 120 earlier today. I got it there. Probably shop around for this, but also we can see they allow the least assist at the rim, and that's where 63% of his assists are coming from. And also on the side of points, we have also play types data, CLV for every single market, for every single game. You can see where the lines close at FanDuel. So there is something in there as well. So yeah, that's from me from Props Madness.
For the WNBA. Yeah, plenty of useful stuff right there. Do you have anything for us in the WNBA? If not, all good. We can.
I did lean for Caitlin Clark, but it moved a ton, so I think that's fair now at minus 130.
Okay, yeah, fair enough here. But that was Victor Wembanyama, who you mentioned earlier, under 3.5 assists, minus 146. But if you shop around, there is a better price out there. Depends on if you can actually bet at that sports book. But make sure you shop around there. Because in Ontario, there actually is a rep. There's a minus 139 that some people could definitely get down on. I want to talk about the matchup for tonight's game because I think a lot of people are shocked. I think it's fair to say a lot of people are shocked with how well the Spurs have managed against OKC so far this series, even though, again, backs against the wall in Game 6 here. They need a win tonight. Anything you like in terms of how you see this game playing out? Do you like the Spurs in this match? Is this OKC's to win? Talk me through what you see in Game 6.
So after the Game 4, I think it was a wildly spoken topic on Twitter. It's like everyone was like, Game 3, Game 2, you don't see how OKC win next one. Then Game 4, you don't see how Spurs win the next one. Then Game 5, you don't see how OKC wins the next one because the adjustments they made throughout the series, every time you watch the game and see the adjustment, you are like, okay, there's no way next game other team wins. But then they figure it out. So the adjustments were pretty crazy in this series, and they are doing really well. But I think injuries are kind of big on both sides. If Fox tonight can look a shell of himself, I'm not a like huge Fox guy, but he looked horrible so far in this series, both sides of the court. So I mean, not horrible on defense, but the level of defense is so high that even him being like average is a big problem for the Spurs. So yeah, they need to get something from him. Wemby will be aggressive, but Hartenstein did great against him last game. Really amazing game. So he needs to, when they let him single coverage against Hartenstein, he definitely needs to do better on that side. But on defense, he'll do his thing. So I think I am leaning towards Spurs. I mean, I know the spread is also leaning there, but yeah, I think teams they're winning at home and then get game 7, who will be like 55-45 for the OKC, in my opinion. Of course, the lines will be set much higher, but that's how I see it.
Yeah, Spurs 3.5 minus 108 on FanDuel, minus 154 on the money line. If you like the Spurs, if you think they're going to win tonight, you might honestly maybe you go a step further and you take them at plus 500 to win the NBA Finals. Which is like, listen, if you think the Spurs are winning tonight, this is the best price you're going to get on the Spurs, most likely. If they do end up advancing, unless like some crazy stuff happens where they do advance, they go down 3-0 against the Knicks, which I doubt will happen. But anyways, who knows? We've seen crazier stuff here. One thing I want to mention is like the fouls. We talked about it a little bit with Drew. In Game 4, we saw a tighter. I don't know how to describe it, but like a whistle where they sort of let them play. Game 5. Close things down a little bit. We're calling a little bit more fouls than they did in Game 4. Game 4 was at home in San Antonio. Game 5 back at OKC. Now Game 6 is back in San Antonio. Do you think we're going to see a similar whistle to what we saw in Game 4?
I mean, everyone like the entire season and last year were just saying stuff like OKC can do much more physical defense than any other team. And now when we see Spurs being allowed to play the same kind of defense, OKC are complaining, which is insane hypocrisy, I would say. Honestly, I enjoy when they let them play. I mean, they are both very physical on defense and will enjoy that environment. I do think currently with injuries on OKC, I think that favors Spurs much more when they can put Castle to just hustle against the Shea. And then Wemby just covering when they fuck up on defense. That's great shape for the Spurs. But yeah, hope. I think this will be like if Fox has a good game, Spurs win. If Fox has another horrible game, they will probably struggle to win. So it's up to him to swing the series.
Yes. All right. Before you head out here, because I got you for a couple more minutes, I'm just curious about the Western Conference Finals MVP right now. Caruso bumped up to like 35 to 1. He was 31 a little bit earlier in the day, 35 to 1 right now. Do you think he's done enough to like warrant him to get a win over SGA, or do you think this is just like kind of fake steam? It's going to be if OKC wins, it's SGA. If the Spurs win, it's Wemby, and it's no one else.
Yeah, I would say like for me personally, definitely like he's winning all the games that OKC won. He had insane games, both sides. Like he's the best defender on the team, and he did so much good on defense. Not just scoring and making threes. Like he's like connector. He's doing like great decisions. So he did great. But yeah, there's no way. I mean, there is way, but depends on the next 2 games. But I think Shea will put some numbers tonight and the next game. So dubbed they go to Caruso, but it will be a nice story definitely. Yeah. And he wouldn't be undeserving because he's insane.
Yeah. All right. Appreciate you joining the show, Pips. Any final thoughts before you head out? Like any final thoughts on like maybe the NBA Finals? Who you want to see there? If you think the Knicks can hold their own against either team, any final thoughts before you head out here?
Hope Spurs wins tonight. Game 7, whoever wins. I would love to see them in the finals, but yeah, they may be a year early. Wemby is definitely ready, but their young guys could use some. And yeah, the money they're giving to Fox could definitely be spent. I would say smarter if they had and also backup 5. I don't know if you've seen Cornet on-off number in the series when Wemby sits, but it's crazy. So yeah, backup 5 and maybe a bit better number 2 will definitely be scary for the NBA.
Yeah, we got to call Cornet the hitman now, based on what we saw in Game 5 with him and Biyombo. Just sent after Caruso. Crazy stuff there. Wemby just whispering in their ear. I wonder what he said in French. Pips, appreciate you joining the show. Thank you for sharing your knowledge with us. Follow Pips on Twitter at PipsNBA. Pips, we'll chat soon.
See ya, guys.
Great stuff there from Pips as always. Make sure you check out Props Madness as well. Link is in Pips' bio at PipsNBA. We are absolutely cruising through the entire show. Appreciate you guys. Do us a huge favor. Smash the like button if you're enjoying the show so far. If you're new to the channel as well, hit that subscribe button. Every chat counts. And I see you guys going crazy in the chat. We'll talk about some cup finals as well. That was Plumlee. Whoops, my bad. I just wrong guy. My bad. Sorry, Colt. Thank you. Listen, it was a coin flip on which white guy on the Spurs it was, and I obviously picked heads and got tails. It's all good. Anyways, we got our next guest coming on here in just a second. Before we do that, today is Thursday, and I don't know if you've heard, but it's now our second live Circle Back. Not on Monday, but on Thursday. We have a live Thursday show, 4 p.m. Eastern Time, Circle's Off YouTube channel. If you want to get in live with the crew like you do on Monday, now's your chance on Thursday, 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure you get in and tell Kanish that he stinks. I actually don't even think Kanish is on today. There is a absolutely stacked lineup. Has it been released yet? Do we know?
Not to my knowledge, no.
Okay. I'm just gonna quickly check because I know Flup is on for sure.
But I bet I can guess their lead-off topic.
Yeah, they're definitely okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna leak it, but it's a banger. It's a banger crew. No Kanish, banger crew. You're gonna want to check it out. Look at the chat going off, talking about Hurricanes to win the cup. We'll talk about that in the dog today. Maybe talk a little bit about it with So Many Sports as well. Our third guest, our final guest, a Vancouver sports fan, futures expert, and a frequent edge worker. So Money Sports. So Money, how's it going?
Good, Jason. How you doing, man?
Good. I'm happy that you figured out, now that the season's over, you figured out the audio issues. It's been like, not to jinx it, but it's been like 10, 20 times now in a row you've been on. No issues, no muting. It's just good to go. No, he's doing this on purpose. He did this on purpose now.
No. It said the director has muted you.
That's crazy. Why would you do? That's not nice. That's not nice. That's Mike. That's not nice. You've been great. Yeah, I don't know. There's so much to talk about today. Excited to get into things. You want to talk a little bit about NHL? We've talked a lot about NHL on the show. We'll quickly recap the Habs. Habs game, maybe potential Carolina-Vegas matchup, which sounds like we'll get. But I also want to talk some futures. So you want to do the futures first? You want to do hockey first? What are you feeling?
It's up to you, baby. You.
I drive?
Whatever you want, man.
You're so money, my passenger princess. Let's see with the game last night. Habs got absolutely wrecked. I am eating my words. I think we're all eating our words here on the show. Carolina looks incredible. Habs just don't have the legs. They just simply don't. They needed to steal one of those games, one of those overtime games in Game 2 and Game 3. Now down 3-1, backs against the wall. Dobish finally did not play well for them, and the floor falls out from underneath that Habs team when Dobish doesn't play well. Any opinion on the series here? Is there a dead cat bounce next game against Montreal back in Carolina, or is it just over, game, set, match? Let's move on to the Stanley Cup Finals.
Yeah, so I don't think that the Habs are just going to go away. I think that they will fight, but the problem is that they're not only are they overmatched right now, they're also out of gas. This Carolina team, I think that it has worn them down, and you're right. One of those overtime games they absolutely needed to have, and they didn't get it. So I think that the series is probably over, but it's not going to be a situation where the Habs just roll over. I think that they'll still play it. They'll still go out strong. I just don't think that they have it.
Yeah, Alex in the chat. Yielding. I yield. It's over. Tank is empty. Habs are done. I think it's over too. Right now, minus 4,000 Carolina to advance to the next round. Let's take a look ahead then and talk Stanley Cup Finals, because it seems like we have it locked in here. Canes right now -150 to win the cup. Golden Knights +130. If you like the Golden Knights to win and you think Carolina's going to make it through, you can bet them in a hypothetical series on FanDuel at +138. Canes -166. Any opinion on this series?
So I know that a lot of my peers are with Carolina, and I can see that. But I mean, if you're getting around -110, I'd be all over it.
Yeah.
But you're not. And I think at the current number, if we're getting Vegas at +130, +140-ish, I would be more inclined to bet Vegas. I think that I think that Vegas has the tools to kind of ugly up the game, which is what you need to beat Carolina right now. But I would need that price though. So I can see the love for Carolina, and I don't necessarily disagree with it. It's just that I can't get there on the pricing of it.
All right. Yeah. No, I agree with you. I kind of went on a rant yesterday talking about you saw. I'm sure you saw Rob's tweets about about Vegas, calling them, saying maybe that their current reputation is undeserved. Moretto came on. We agreed with each other, but then we talked about Montreal. So what do we know? Saying Montreal's probably gonna win. We like Montreal last night, so we got egg all over our face. Maybe we're just completely wrong here. I think it's Vegas, and if you got in early on those Vegas numbers that were posted, we were in the Discord all over that. I think it was like they were like +180, +160, pretty early on in the hypothetical matchup. It's a really good number, but hopefully you didn't miss the boat there. Any final thoughts, I guess? Do you have anything for the Conn Smythe? I mean, there's even some fun awards markets where player to score X amount of goals in the Stanley Cup finals. Anything you've looked at there that you like?
Yeah, for the Conn Smythe, I think you gotta, if you think Vegas is gonna win, I think that it. We talked about this the other day. I do have Mitch Marner, but Carter Hart might be a look there as well. In terms of Carolina, I mean, Freddie Anderson should be the favorite. I think that something kind of Stankoven hasn't had a good a good series in terms of his production, but I think that if Carolina were to beat Vegas, those guys would need to get going. So I think that him at 9 or 10-1 or whatever, I think that'll be good as well. Another outside shot that I like for the Conn Smythe is we talked about this last time where Carolina might finally have the game breaker, and for big goals in the Cup final or in big situations that Carolina hasn't been getting those goals. I think Nikolai Ehlers at 35-1, I think, or last time I saw he was right around there.
30-1.
30-1, yeah. So 35-1, I think that he'd be a good look there as well.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. The Ehlers one, 30-1. I know we talked about on the show Carter Hart. We were thinking about it, but I went through the list of voters last year, and I'm just, I would take some time out of your day for the Conn Smythe. If you're going to bet on Carter Hart, go through the list of voters last year. It's going to be different this year, but there's a few voters who will be the same. I just don't think that they will be on those. He will be on those ballots for whatever personal reasons for them. So I don't think there's really anything Carter Hart can do to win. I might be wrong here, and maybe because I believe how the ballots work is there's some Carolina writers, some Vegas writers, and then national writers are a part of the voters. And I think I just look at the national writers. Just don't think he's going to get the votes from the national writers. So something to consider before you bet. The Ehlers look, though, I absolutely love because of how few games this Carolina team has played and how tight they are in terms of points. Ehlers looks incredible it looked incredible in in this series so far. And he's really sort of peaking at the right time when people all eyes essentially are on him. Love Ehlers there. All right, let's move over and talk some more awards markets. You wanted to talk two different awards markets. We were talking about with Pips, Western Conference Final MVP. You have a bet there?
I do. And I was interested in Pip's thoughts there because you asked him about that. So I was listening in there. Caruso, I did bet Caruso. I bet him yesterday
35, 38.
Mid-30s, but 35, 36-1. I did bet him yesterday, and no, I don't expect him to win. I absolutely do not expect him to win. But I think that if OKC finishes the series in 6, I think that that's a game where on the road it meant that Caruso probably had another strong defensive game. And if it's just a one-game situation, I'll take my chances on him having a good offensive game as well. So I think it was mispriced. It's fallen since. And again, I don't expect him to win. Shea should get, or he should win, but I think that at the price that we got Caruso, I think that was the way to go there.
Yeah, 35-1 right now available as well. If you want to dip in on Caruso. So money before you head out, you had one more future you want to talk about, the wide open French Open market. Talked a little bit about with Isaac. He liked Casper Ruud at 9-1, I believe it was. Anywhere, where are you looking for this one? Are you looking towards the top of the board here? You got someone a little further down, Zverev, Djokovic.
I actually bet Djokovic. I think that the draw really opens up for him. Even going in, I think that he had to beat one of the two guys, and now they're both out. So I think that really opens up for him. I like the way that he's kind of been picking and choosing the tournament he plays in. He's been, obviously at his age, and he's still clearly this is a Grand Slam. So like he's going to be up for it. But I like the way that he's been handling his workload. So I think it's wide open for him if he's going to get another Grand Slam. I think the French Open this year, there's really no reason for him not to get that at this point.
Yeah. All right. Makes perfect sense. So money. Appreciate you joining the show. Any final thoughts before you head out here, whether it be on the NHL, French Open, women's French Open? Any updates here in terms of futures or anything you like? I know you gave us some stuff last time you were on. Are you backing the Canadian Boko in this, or nothing there for us? No women's French Open. I should ask you before. Sorry, I'm putting you on the spot here.
It'd be great if she wins, but no, I've got no updates at this point right now.
All right, that's okay. Appreciate you coming on, sharing your knowledge either way. So money. Hopefully next time you're in Toronto, we can catch you, and maybe we can do a live show together here. But
sounds good. That'd be great.
NHL won't be happening, but maybe we'll have to do World Cup. I don't even know when the next time you're in Toronto is, but we'll probably make it happen.
Yeah, I'm going to try to come to Toronto soon. I love getting out there.
All right, should be a lot of fun. So money, appreciate you joining the show. We'll chat soon.
All right, sounds good.
Great stuff there from So Money, as always, at So Money Sports. You can go follow him on Twitter. That's it. That wraps up today's show. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Before we head out, one more thing. See you guys talking in the chat. I agree we are all Vegas Golden Knights, but it's time for Dog of the Day. And I got Rob coming on tomorrow. And I have my Vegas exposure, but I feel like maybe I'm a little underexposed. Carolina winning the cup, and it's it. Like I said, I yield to the Carolina Hurricanes. Montreal Canadiens, they are dead. They're done. They're over. They're finished. They're gone. I'm over it. I'm over the Habs. They're out. Not betting on them anymore. It is what it is. I want to get some exposure on Canes to win the cup, but our good friend on Twitter, Ian McMillan, before the game last night said +110. You can get it on FanDuel. Should have listened to him. Didn't listen to him. Was a mistake. They're now -150 to win the cup. I don't want to bet -150 on win the cup. So I'm trying to think of other ways to get around it. And I want to take them to win the cup at +340. Now you're saying, wait, Jason, you can't take them to win the cup at +340. That line doesn't exist. Well, what if I told you that it does? And there's a way to get around it. What if I told you there's a +340 out there that you can get that is almost directly correlated with the Canes winning the cup? You're now thinking to yourself, what? How is that even possible? Who's the idiot in the office who you bet with that gave you the Canes at +340? Well, if you no idiot in the office, it's just simply on FanDuel. All you got to do is search handoff on FanDuel. Stanley Cup handoff 25-26. We are taking Jacob Slavin +340 to be the first player to receive the Stanley Cup. And if Carolina wins, it's almost directly correlated to that -150 out there, because the only other guy who might get it is Frederik Andersen. I think Frederik Andersen would have to go on a tear. Jacob Slavin has been on the team the second longest behind Jordan Staal. Jacob Slavin, Jordan Staal is obviously the captain, so he gets the cup first. Who's he going to hand it off to? It's going to be Jacob Slavin. He's been on the team the longest. He's one of their best players. He is the definition of like Carolina Hurricanes hockey. Strong defensively, hard-nosed, block shots, just does the dirty stuff, does everything you can ask from. He's the assistant captain. He's going to be getting the cup first. He's a veteran. He checks every single box to be the guy to get the cup first. The only way that I could see Frederick Anderson getting this cup is if they somehow sweep and it's like he lets in like 1 or 2 goals in the series, which is, it might happen. I don't think it will, though. So at plus 340, I'll take that risk. I think it's pretty correlated with the Canes winning the cup. Dog of the day, Jacob Slavin, plus 340. Stanley Cup handoff, 25-26. That's what we're taking. That's what we're taking. E. Cole in the chat says he likes Carolina. Just another way to play Carolina. Try to get creative with this stuff. Anyways, appreciate you guys tuning in for today. Shout out to Isaac, who made his way on the show. He was like, guys, I don't know if I can make it. Got a flight. Respect Isaac for being in an airport, coming on, sharing his tennis picks with us. Hopefully he wins, but also hopefully he loses so I don't have to dress up as a Butler. Shout out to Pips coming on, sharing his knowledge on the Western Conference Finals. Shout out to So Money, giving us some futures, giving us some Eastern Conference Finals breakdown. Carolina, congratulations. You won the Eastern Conference Finals. Enjoy your run to the Stanley Cup. Shout out to you guys in the chat. Fun show today, Jay. I agree with you, Connor. Got to get Connor back on soon. He was incredible. Maybe we got Ecold on soon as well. Appreciate you guys in the chat. Keeping everything nice and smooth. Also, Mike working his way behind the boards. That's it. That's our wraps up today's show. It looks like we're getting Kwame at plus 266. Someone just messaged me that. Let me just double check that right here. Not listed yet on FanDuel. Keep your eye out for that. Keep your eye out for that. This has been the Thursday, May 28th edition of the Hammer Daily here on the Hammer Betting Network, presented by our good friends over at FanDuel. We'll see you guys right here tomorrow.